Hey mamas, it's your girl Carrie, and welcome back to another Monday Mindset episode of Mom Wife Career Life. This week we're talking about something that every working mom needs more of, or wants more of and doesn't even realize it: connection and friendships. Because we all know our relationships matter, but between work and kids and laundry and practices and appointments and everything else that life is throwing at us, our friendships are often what gets whatever time we have left over. And that brings us to today's quote. The relationships that matter most aren't built because we found more time. They're built because we decided the people were worth making time for. Now let's jump in and break this one down. Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life's weekly empowering episode of Monday's Motivational Mindset. And you know what that means. It's time to kickstart your week with a boost of inspiration, positivity, and full lot of motivation. Working moms, I get it. Mondays can be tough. We all know that. But they're also a chance for a fresh start, a new opportunity, and the perfect day to set the tone for a successful week ahead. I'm Carrie Pat, your host and fellow working mom. Every week, I'll be sharing a motivational quote and we'll break it down, share stories, and uncover the wisdom it holds for our unique journey as working moms. So whether you're getting ready for work, making those school lunches, or just enjoying a quiet moment alone, let's dive into this week's dose of motivation. Let's make this Monday count. This week, we're talking about friendships, and that's why I chose this week's quote, because when life gets busy, work, kids, schedules, all those responsibilities we have on our shoulders, what's usually the first thing that falls to the bottom of that list? Friendship and connections, time with the people who fill you up. And not because it's not important, but because it doesn't feel urgent to us. So we tell ourselves, I'll text her later, or we should get together soon, or I just don't have time right now. And before we know it, weeks and months and sometimes years go by because time just seems to fly by the older kids get. But here's the truth. You were never meant to carry everything, think through everything, process everything on your own. And when you don't have space to talk, to laugh, to be understood, to be supported, everything else starts to feel so much heavier. And when you try to convince yourself that you'll make time for these things once life slows down, when you have more time, you're really just lying to yourself because there's always going to be another busy season waiting right around the corner. I know for myself, I thought, once the summer comes and Ashley graduates and all the end of senior year stuff happens, I'll have so much more time. But we literally had family visiting, then we're going to Spain. And then as soon as we get back, it's getting everything ready for Ashley for college and trying to do all the last minute things that she wants to do before she heads off for the fall. There's always going to be something to do. Life never becomes magically less full, which means if we're waiting until we have that extra time, we may be waiting a very long time. And the truth is, the strongest relationships, they aren't built in that extra time you have in those extra moments. They're built on the intentional ones, the 5-minute phone calls, the quick text, the going for a walk around the neighborhood, the coffee date that you squeeze in when you have that extra hour during the day. It's those little moments repeated over time. And those small moments add up to something really meaningful because relationships, they don't grow from good intentions. They grow from showing up. So here's the shift I really want you to think about this week. Stop treating connection as something you'll get to if there's time and start treating it as one of those non-negotiables. Because here's what I've learned. Connection isn't something that takes away from your time. It actually gives something back. It helps you show up better. It helps you feel better. It helps you handle everything else in your life with a little more patience and a lot more ease. Because when your relationships feel strong, everything else feels so much lighter. And I don't just mean a relationship with your spouse. I mean friendships too. Honestly, my friends have been such a gift over the past year and a half. And along with Russ, they really helped carry me through some really hard seasons. And there are so many nights where I'd rather stay home. I'm tired. The couch is calling my name. My pajamas are already on. And I come up with 100 excuses not to go out. But almost every single time, I'm so glad that I pushed through those excuses and I showed up for the random girls' night outs, the dinner with friends, the walk around in the neighborhood, that meeting up at a coffee shop for that coffee. Those moments, they're food for your soul. They remind you that you're not doing life alone and they make everything just feels so much fuller. And connection doesn't have to be big, and it definitely doesn't have to be something complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as sending a text to a friend that you've meant to send. I'm the worst with texting, so this is a big one for me. Or taking a walk with a friend, or sitting next to your spouse instead of sitting on your phone. Reaching out to someone when they cross your mind. I love doing that, and I started to be so much more intentional about that. When someone pops in my mind, I just send them a text saying, thinking of you. It's so small, it's so simple, but it's so intentional. And those are the moments that are really going to strengthen relationships over time. So my challenge for you this week, mamas, is just reach out to that one person, just one. That's it. Send that text, make the plan, ask someone to meet up for a coffee or invite another mama in your neighborhood to go take a walk with you. Don't overthink it. Make it something simple and don't wait until life slows down because we're going to be honest, it probably never will. So just take that one small step towards connection this week. Because life is busy, it always will be, but the people we love, they deserve more than whatever time happens to be left over. Because one day, you won't wish you'd answered one more email. You're going to be grateful that you answered that text, that you made that call, or that you showed up for the people who matter most. And if making friends or maintaining relationships has felt really hard in this season, I welcome you back to tomorrow because we're going to build on this conversation and talk about how to actually make and maintain friends as a busy working mom, even when you feel like you have no time. And I want to make sure you hit that follow button so you don't miss it. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.